your email?
Is to the street. And is to the street the same way as spelled yahoo.com. All right, welcome to Ears to the Street, where fact and entertainment meet. I am your host, HG. And as you can see, we in Sunday school with the minister, Enqi. What's going on, Enqi?
Man, we out here in these streets. We over here dealing with our technical difficulties. We trying to get y'all some exclusives that may not happen this week, so y'all may have to double back.
Yeah.
Here's to
The technical is definitely on my end. If anyone in the chat or anyone watching, knows how to hit the share button on the cell phone, put it in the comments. But
I got it at yahoo.com, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be doing these Sunday schools every Sunday at 12 p.m. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be definitely just bringing y'all the knowledge, bringing y'all the info, bringing y'all, that Enqi cycle.
Check your email. Well, not the clips that I wanted to share, because I wanted to share some actual clips from the documentary. You know what I'm saying? But I sent you a couple of, I sent you a little promo that we could show the folks.
Cool. See, I gotta get my digital shit up because I ain't the most savviest of these cell phones. So you want me to display these now while we on?
Sure.
All right. Man, I hope it don't mess up the thing.
Oh man. Oh, it might not even. All right. I don't want you to.
Yeah. We gonna have y'all right next Sunday. So, as some of y'all know, some of y'all may not know, is that on July 10th, Dr. Enqi premiered his documentary, American Healer. I wish I could have been there, couldn't make it out there, but I definitely have watched the documentary because I am on his Patreon, one of his patrons. And, first of all, I want to say that the documentary is absolutely amazing.
Did you see the full version, or you saw the sneak peek?
I watched both of them.
Okay, beautiful. Because the sneak peek is like 2 hours, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Then I watched
like 4 hours.
Yeah, I watched both of them. It's very inspiring. Put together well, a lot of information, and just to see, where you've come from in your journey, it's just absolutely amazing. So how was the actual July 10th premiere? How did things go? What was the vibe like? Just tell the people everything.
Honestly, I haven't even really had a moment to sit down and unpack it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got so much crazy stuff going on in my personal life, baby mama drama. I got stalkers. I got this lady. Listen, I got this lady. When I tell you this lady is a stalk, like a maniac, she went live and did a video today.
Wow.
Yo, I swear to God. And if you listen to this lady, right, you get the impression like she's a jilted lover. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the impression like I hit it and quit it, or like I smashed and bounced, or I did, like.
Right.
I have people hitting me up, asking me these questions like, yo, what did you do with that lady? Yo, you got to stop inviting YouTube people to the house. And yo, I'm like, bro, I've never, ever even seen this lady in real life. Like, I've never seen her before in real life. I've never seen her before in real life. I have the pictures that she has sent me. So, but in a world of catfish, coupled with the behavior of, I don't know if them pictures is even real. They may not be. You know what I'm saying? Because, so I get like I got all kinds of, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that anyway, sidebar, you know what I'm saying? So I got stuff, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
but also from the 10th to the 22nd, which was the release in terms of online release and Blu-ray, which the Blu-ray was delayed. I haven't put the Blu-ray listing up on my website yet. I'm gonna put the Blu-ray up today because I had a hell of a time trying to figure out how to get the Blu-ray to work. Apple and Blu-ray does not go together, family at home. So this, if you're thinking about doing something with your Blu-ray or whatever, you're trying to, you might do better with a Windows or a gaming laptop or something else. But if you got Apple at home, you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to work. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, you got to get other softwares. There's no Apple software that's really supporting Blu-ray like that. And then you got to get an external drive. And then you got to play musical chairs to make sure that the external drive and the software play nicely. You know what I'm saying? There's not a standard. So if there's not a standard and your computer system is trial and error, it's not like you can pull it up and the computer goes, oh, we support this, this, and this.
Right, exactly.
They're not trying to support nothing but they online streaming programs. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so that was a thing, just trying to edit it all. And you know, that was the tough part. Like it was hard for me to edit down, you know, like 4 years worth of footage into a 90-minute video. It was even more difficult to capture the weekend of the event and then add that to the documentary without losing, you know, space, time, or storyline to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know, when I was checking it out, you know, the only thing that came to mind was like, what popped in my head was the Kanye thing series and how they broke it down. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, that would have been dope because it would have like just constantly, you know, make them wait for it. But you know,
we have that. We have the, I mean, different than what they did, but we have our rollout. You know what I'm saying? So we have July 22nd, which was Friday. That's the documentary. Then we have August 28th, which is going to be the lecture is going to drop. That's going to be the lecture from the Paramount.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And then September 11th, we have a uncut raw version that's only going to be in the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? So I might do a Blu-ray to it. I'm not sure because this Blu-ray kicked my ass. And the uncut version is going to be a minimum of 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be closer to 10, 11 hour type of time. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be like you know, that's going to be one of them joints.
Right.
So I don't know if I'm going to want to edit down 12 hours into, it will probably have to be at least 5 or 6 part DVD type of, like it might be too crazy. So I don't know. That might be something that only the Patreon people get.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. But I know the August 28th, we're going to drop on Patreon and we're also going to go to Blu-ray. I'm not sure about the September 11th one though. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But yeah, we had, because there's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Like with the documentary is more about giving people the story behind, you know, finding the herbs that can regrow the pancreas, or figuring out the mystery of Dr. Sebi with the no melanin and yes melanin. You know what I'm saying? No melanin, yes melanin at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Figuring out just all these little pieces. It's the documentary is more about the how that stuff is about, as opposed to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the documentary is the information about the information. It's not about the information. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see a documentary on Sesame Street, it's not a episode of Sesame Street. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not what Dr. Enqi on YouTube is. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is the background stuff that you don't get to see when you watching that. You know what I'm saying? So if you watching, LeBron play in the game with the Lakers, that's LeBron playing with the Lakers. That's Enqi on YouTube. If you watch a LeBron documentary, you don't want to see the game. You could watch the game for that. You want to see the stuff that he's doing outside the game. You want to see him training. You want to see what he had for breakfast or what make him tick, like what sets his mind apart, his mindset from the other guys that's training. How did he get to that stage and all that? That's what you want to see in a documentary. You know what I'm saying? So that I try to give people as much as possible. And then, certain things had to be segmented, like, the workout. You know what I'm saying? Like, that didn't necessarily fit in the middle of the documentary, but it's something that people need to see. So we got Derek. Shout out to Derek. He's doing the bitter bop. And then we also have another exercise, body shop, you know what I'm saying, with Derek and Marv. And they going over a few little pieces. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely more advanced. You know what I'm saying? John Q. Public, 60 and 60. We just 60 seconds, but we don't want people to get it twisted and think because we doing 60-second workout that we only capable of exercising for 60 seconds. Like we want to make sure we show folks this, there's other levels to it. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then, being able to clear up, stuff without contention. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure the people that's upset with me because I said spelt, Dr. Sebi promotes hybrids. You know what I'm saying? They like, no, Dr. Sebi don't promote no hybrids. All right. Like, wow. You gotta deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but something that you specified, and I don't want to give away any of the documentary. But one thing that you did specify within the documentary is the difference between genetic hybrids and natural hybrids. So, So
that they just got to go get that. They got to go get it.
Yeah. Go. One thing I want to ask you,
but I will say this: everything that you see in the documentary. It's gonna get explained larger and in more detail on the lecture, and then everything you see on the lecture will get explained and expounded really, really big when I do September 11th. So September 11th, another bomb is going to hit.
So September 11th is going to be another event?
No, September 11th is going to be me live online. I can't do me in the confines of events.
Right.
That's the downside of an event. Like, and the more stuff we attach to the events, the less I get to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So once we bring a certain audience in, then it's, could you tone down the curse words? And then we bring another audience in. It's like, well, could you not offend this group?
Right.
Another group of people, and it's like, oh, but wait a minute, they potentially might be the investors. Hold on. So I'm like, all right, I could do all that. You know what I'm saying? I could do those things, but there also has to be a space where, I have to do.
You just do you.
I have to do
most definitely.
Yeah, the execution, finish him. I have to come do that one. You know what I'm saying? So there's gonna be stuff that people are gonna see in a documentary. They're gonna have questions about. Some of those questions, most of them will be answered when they see the lecture, and then any questions that people still have, like when they see it's gonna be. And It's going to be ongoing because it's a curriculum. You know what I'm saying? So these three pieces are going to form one larger curriculum that's going to be about 20, 25 hours just on diabetes. So we're going to cover in the curriculum every single facet of everything. That's another reason why I have to do the uncut version, not controversy. That even though the controversy is a small piece, it's about 10%. Um, you know, cursing and some another 10%. It's about 25% me tweaking for other people's comfort. 75% of it is that when you do an event, the larger the event, the smaller your time. That's my largest problem. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas know I do 11 hours and be like, oh shit, damn, it's 11 hours already. All right, we got to finish this shit tomorrow. Like I only sleep in 12 hours because that's when YouTube stops live streaming your shit. Otherwise, I would have 15 and 20-hour live streams.
Actually, I seen that 6 hour. Was it 6 hours you did one time? It was a 6 hour live you did, about 6 hours. I was like, whoa, what inspires you to go hard like that?
It's not it's just the information. It's just that much. You gotta think about it. Like just to start out as a doctor, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go to school for years. You know what I'm saying? Period. Naturopathic, medical, surgeon, whatever. You gotta go to school for years. So it's impossible for me to really go in and explain the body and how it works in a matter of minutes. That is a problem that the people have, because when you come to the people, whatever medium you use to reach people has a format. And so people are already used to whatever that format is. So the online community is used to smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller formats. Now, that's by design from the platform makers. That's not by design people who use the platforms. That benefits Instagram, it benefits Facebook, it benefits YouTube. It does not benefit the YouTube users, the Instagram users, the Facebook users. It benefits them because they got more content, smaller videos, more ad revenue they could generate, which is all they care about. So they would prefer you give them 61-minute videos instead of one 60-minute video, because the 160-minute video they can only sell one time. But if you break that 60-minute down into 61-minute videos, they can sell that same advertisement space 60 times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They still only gonna give you a few pennies every couple thousand, but as far as they're concerned, the more they break it down, the more their revenue goes up. But the more the time slot and the attention span gets broken down, the less people are able to learn on these platforms. But we have to realize that we technically are the problem, because these platforms was not designed for learning. We're hybridizing these social media platforms when we use them for learning and teaching. They're not designed for that. When you see the bitches that's on there shaking their ass, or the niggas that's on there, they got like they socks rolled up into their shorts because they shaking, they trying to sell meat and pretend like it's the same hustle. The men with a little six-pack, whether they go to Dr. Miami or they earn their six-pack, either way, they put a little socks in their drawers and they selling meat to the ladies. Women, they go down Dr. Miami, get a little booty, and then they pretend like they did squats and wore band waist trainers and shit. They didn't get none of that booty from the exercise or the waist trainers. They bought it from Dr. Miami, and they're selling you that idea online so they can make. That's all hustle. But because these pages have been used for that, designed for that, now our attention span is conditioned to that. And music videos have further shortened our attention span. If you look, that's why Hype Williams, just to give a name for people in if you're in your late 30s, early 40s, you know Hype Williams, or maybe even later than that. You know what I'm saying? But you know who Hype Williams is? Hype Williams is the guy who started shooting like expensive multi-million-dollar videos for rappers and pop stars. The reason why Hype Williams faded into the background is because his style of video is no longer works for the audience today.
Exactly.
Because he was doing like movie story type of cinematic type of videos.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that shit where you got to switch the scene every 2 to 3 seconds. Like literally, if you turn on a video right now, you'll notice they change the screen that you're looking at every 2 to 3 seconds. They change the frame. If not, they'll put up some light splashes or some shit on the screen to, you know, like to distract your brain real quick. So every 2 seconds, there's a change. What that does is that conditions your brain to have a shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter attention span. You can't do anything with a short attention span. That's the most important things that we have in this. Like that's the thing that I'm trying to get people to understand is that there's a reason why. Like niggas is stuck in the 50s, bro. I'm always gonna have a smaller audience because I'm the guy that everybody follows. I'm the trailblazer. I said it, and other niggas flip and bounce and remix my shit and make whole careers off the shit I said yesterday. The smart person would be like, why would we follow the nigga with the cut instead of just following the main shit? Like we supposed to cut out middlemen. We want the real shit. Stay in tune. Staying in tune means you got to understand. Like it's people today that's still coming online that's excited to hear, you know, oh, the currency is not real currency in the federal bank and this and like nigga, that shit is old as fuck, bro. That's you listening to information from the 60s that goofy niggas is repackaging. They repackaging. That shit is remixed. The UCC, this and that. That shit is not. That shit ain't start with none of these new niggas. That shit ain't start with Polite. He was remixing that shit from somebody else he stole. Like, he stole Jordan Maxwell shit. Like that's niggas is just remixing old niggas shit.
So let me let me ask you.
Wait, niggas got to understand what value is. Research has a value when it's firsthand, when you did the work. If you read somebody else's information and repackage it as yours, it doesn't really have a value because the original person is the person that put their mind and their spirit into those things. Mind and spirit are the only things that have a value on this planet. That's why I'm saying niggas got to step into 2022. You still learning about federal, this, that, and other, and fiat currency. You way behind the 8 ball. It has nothing to do with America. It's a global thing. There is no such thing as a paper currency that has a value. It's not just American dollars. It's all currency. It's fiat. Because you can't have a thing that's lifeless that has a value. The only thing that has value is life. Life is composed of your mind and spirit. That's it. Everything else is to facilitate that. The only reason you got a body and you need to keep the body healthy is because the body is what facilitates the mind and the spirit. Think about what we do with a body after the mind and spirit is gone. We get rid of it. We put it in the dirt. We burn it. We set it to sea. So we don't have a value for the flesh after the mind and spirit is gone. So that means the only thing that has value on this planet is mind and spirit. That's why I teach my children. I raise them. The only thing that you need to worry about is people. Nothing else on this planet has a value. It's just people. So when you leave, what does your legacy consist of? Your legacy consists of what? The memories of the people still living. That's what a legacy is. How the people still living remember you. So it's how your mind impacted their minds. And it's all contained in the mental space. None of this is in a tangible physical place that you can touch. This is all mental. This is all spiritual. That's where value is. So We cannot have anything of value that exists outside that space. Everything else is just to facilitate those things. So my point being is that to make this all make sense for people, okay, you on to something there, Doc. You on to something there, Doc. Is anything that we set up in the way of, okay, we're gonna do this and operate this way for money. Like the social platforms, they're gonna cut your wisdom down because it increase anything that you're doing strictly for money. That's where the saying "money is the root of all evil." That's where that confusion, because that's a confusion-based statement. It's not exactly accurate. It has some accuracy to it, but it's not an accurate statement. But that's where it comes in. You have to do things because they're the right things, or because these are the things that you're passionate about, and then let the money come. If I was doing this for money, I would never have been able to do this. I would never, I still would not be able to do this. It's too much pulling me against. It's too many people trying to stop me from doing this for me to be successful for any other reason except love.
Love
that's do this. Love is what I do this for. Love is who I do this for. You know what I'm saying? This is it's a labor of love. So all I said to say, this is why the social platforms is not a loving space. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a space where you and that's a thing. In fact, glad we kind of segued here. YouTube destroyed the conscious community. YouTube single-handedly destroyed the conscious community. And I gotta remember this. I say this on every platform. After I say it on a few platforms, trust me, niggas will grab it and then they'll start saying it and making it seem like they thought of it. Trust me. Just watch the thought experiment, how this shit circulates. But YouTube single-handedly destroyed the conscious community, because the conscious community is what allowed, like, the freedom. Like we stand on the shoulders of so many people. That's another reason why I'm like, yo, niggas gotta stop disrespecting and stealing niggas' IP and flipping it like it's theirs. Because when you're doing that to me, you're cutting off a circulation of information. When you steal my shit and flip it and bounce it, you're cutting off the Richard Kings that I give praise to when I'm teaching. You're cutting off the Dr. Sabis that I give praise to when I'm teaching. You're cutting off the Dr. Africas that I give praise to when I'm teaching. You're cutting off the Francis Cress Welsons that I give praise to when I'm teaching. See, teaching has to be a lineage. That's why in martial arts, where they beat your ass, if you don't remember your lineage, that is an ass whipping immediately. Your belts is null and void. If you come into a space and you got a yellow belt, green belt, brown belt, whatever, if you can't remember your sensei's name and the name of your sensei, your belt is null and void. Off rip.
Okay.
When you in the corporate world, if you go in the corporate world and you pass them a resume and then they call and check your resume don't, your job is terminated off rip because your resume is fake. Who are you? Yes, we need to know. So if you're online and you passing yourself off as a healer, there's only two ways for you to be credible. Only two. You to show us your certificates or degrees where you went to actual school, or for you to present us your teachers that you've been studying and that they approve you. Because see, there's two reasons why you won't share your teachers. Let me tell you. A, you don't have teachers. You're just stealing niggas' information, pretending it's yours. Or B, your teachers are not going to have anything good to say about you, so you can't use their name as a reference. Either way, if you don't tell us who your teacher is and you don't present us any certificates or degrees, you're a fraud off rip. And anybody at home that eats something from that type of person or doesn't exercise or anything from that type of person, you're putting yourself at risk, because 9 out of 10 times you're the guinea pig for whatever it is they're saying. They haven't actually done it. They're just saying that they could do it because it logically makes sense when they read it on paper. But these are not people that have actually done it. That's why most of these niggas, you can't even find record of them changing their own body. Wait, what? So you telling me these niggas is online as healers 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you still look exactly the same way as you presented yourself when you first came online? Bruh. Either your protocols don't work or you're not using them. Either way, you must be frauding. How can you change my body if you can't change yours? Huh?
Oh man, it's crazy. So let me ask you this question. You know, it's a lot of people, you know, that need healing. They're looking for answers. I'm one of those people that went to the hospital, and with no answers, running up a tab. Like right now, and I'm gonna put my business out there. Right now,
I'm one of them people too. I'm one of them people too. That's how I got here. Go ahead.
Right. So for the average person online, you know, what I do is I listen to someone and hopefully it resonates with me. Hopefully the information I can digest. And then if they are selling something, you know, I give it a go. Because my thing is for the
How
people.
do we discern from one person from another?
Discern. If you watching this person and his mouthpiece tight, you know, he's captivating and, you know, they're selling something.
I'm going to tell you, you gotta just keep your hands in your pocket. Don't buy none. Don't do none. Don't do nothing. Just absorb the information and educate yourself for a while. That's the thing that, see, the problem is this. The main problem is nobody wants to pay attention to their health until they're scared of something. So the moment you get scared of something, whatever that thing is, it just puts you on an imaginary clock. See, that's why the documentary is also important, because the documentary is people that I've healed, but it's them telling their story about the healing. Because anybody could jump on like, oh, no. It's them telling their story. And now what I do when I get to do the September 11th, when I get to go in, drop the bombs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get to go in and critique and add to and discuss those stories. And then you get a different angle. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that you're going to hear is one of the brothers was frustrated because his mom, 3 stage 4 cancers. They like hospice. The doctor said, wash their hands. We can't do nothing for you. Hospice. And he's hitting my phone up. And he's like, yo, how much is the products? You know, woo, woo. And I'm like, no products, pimp. Information. You got to learn this information. He like, yeah, but I just want to, you know, because I need it right now. Because, you know, right now, you know, like, time is of the essence. Nigga, like, yo, my mom's only got a few weeks to live. Nigga, I need you to just cut that info bullshit out and sell me some shit.
Right.
And I'm like, nah. Hold your money. You got to get this information. See, somebody that's doing this for money, somebody that's trying to con folks, somebody that's trying to hustle folks, their end game is to get money from you, to separate you from a few dollars. So at the point when you say you're ready to purchase, they stop talking. Because their whole entire being is to get you to the point of purchase. They don't give a fuck what happens after purchase. Nigga, they already got your money.
Right.
But if somebody's end game is to get you well, this ain't about the money. I'm going to need you to focus on this information. Because when you learn the information for yourself, that automatically sets up your radar. And you automatically know immediately who's bullshitting or not, because you know what's what and what's not what. You know what I'm saying? So so at that space, you're easily able to discern who's who, because you're going to start noticing that first of all, it takes you a while to pay attention, to spend time with the books. So now, by the time that you can discern who's bullshitting immediately and who's not bullshitting, guess what? You're going to start realizing, and it's going to start making you angry, because you're going to realize you're going to be like 18 months into your study, and you're going to be like, listen to this goofball nigga online telling people woo, woo, woo. And I could tell he don't got 18 months of studying, because I got 18 months of studying, and I can see where he stops. I can see where his information stops. When you graduate from elementary school, you can easily look back and say, oh, in second grade, I learned this math. In fourth grade, we learned this math. Only person that doesn't know what second grade versus fourth grade math is a person that haven't been through second grade and fourth grade yet. So this is why I push the information on people first. Once you go through this and you learn how this shit works, you'll be able to see, oh, okay, alkaline. Like the moment I hear certain words, I just turn niggas off. Like if somebody says something about alkaline, I'd stop listening. Boop. I know 99% of the people that even use that word are looking to sell. They're not looking to heal. They don't even know how to heal. They haven't healed themselves. They haven't healed anyone else.
So what, like you said, once something gets serious, people put themselves on this automatic imaginary timeline. So
the reason why I say imaginary is because it's not like a real timeline. They don't really know how much time they got to live. And,
right, exactly.
And listen, they don't understand time management. Most people have not learned critical thinking skills. So you can't learn time management before you learn critical thinking, because time management is an extension of critical thinking. It's a higher form of critical thinking. So you can't be good at time management until you learn critical thinking. And you can't have critical thinking until you're good under pressure. So first you got to learn dealing with pressure, because even somebody that learns critical thinking, like in a textbook kind of way, when pressure hits, all that shit that you think you know is going to go out the window. So you got to first be good under pressure. You got to be able to critically think under pressure. Not only do you got to be able to critically think under pressure, you have to now be able to act in that pressure space as if you have no pressure on you. Then you have to be able to manage your time. You know what I'm saying? Manage your time. And I used to teach people time management when I was, all of my personal trainer people, my clients, I would teach them time management. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wanted to get to the goal, right? And they'll say stuff like, oh, Doc, how long is it going to take before I can get the six pack? Or how long do I got to do this workout before I lose 10 pounds or 15 pounds, whatever? And so in that space, I would try to get them to understand time management, because most people, like, they're watching Dr. Oz and other goofy niggas, and it confuses them. So you might watch a Dr. Oz show, and Dr. Oz might say, oh, well, if you get, 3 to 5 workouts a week, and the workouts are 15 to 30 minutes per workout, that's all you need. The American Heart Association says if you get 3 workouts at 30 minutes, that's 90 minutes per week. Now, here's the time management shit. And this is where, a lot of people be like, damn, bro, you're giving money away every client. I'm like, yeah, but I'm getting love back. You niggas are living for money. I'm living for love. It's a difference. Everybody makes their own choices. Collect all the money you can. I'm going to go through this motherfucker on my cycle trying to collect all the love I can. Now you see what your legacy is, but we don't get to see that till we dead. So it's a race that you can't figure out if you want or not until it's too late. Anyway, When I was training people, I'd be like, now listen, you got these goals in your mind, but the goals that you got in your mind come from you watching other people on social media and on TV. Here's where the problem comes. I'm going to show you everything that you need to know to lose weight, to build muscle, or to lose fat and to build muscle. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to understand how to gauge your diet and keep your diet coupled to what we're doing. Outside of that, you are going to have to be the person to manage your time to effectively reach your goal by the time you want to get there. Now, here's what I'm going to enlighten you on so that you do your time management properly. The people that you're looking at online, these people are either online models or real life models, athletes or bodybuilders. This means that they spend 8 to 12 hours a day working on their body. So, supreme mathematics. Always got to come back to the numbers. So, let's round it down. If a guy works out, and let's just make it, we'll round it way down. If a guy works out 2 hours a day, and that's super low because most professionals, they work out 2 hours, take a nap, come back 2 hours again. So, actually, let's do it more realistic. Let's say 4 hours a day. That's about right. Because an athlete will spend a certain amount of time in the gym, then they got to spend a certain amount of time on the track, then they got to spend a certain amount of time doing recovery. All that's a part of exercise and working out. So let's round it down to 4 hours a day. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 28 is what? 112?
Okay.
So how is it that if you work out 90 minutes a week, you're working out 90 minutes a week, courtesy of the American Heart Association or Dr. Oz or whoever that was appropriate. You got 90 minutes in a week, but you want to look like the guy who's getting in 120. No, what is that? What's 4 hours this way? 120, 240. He's getting 240 minutes in a day. You're getting in 90 minutes a week.
Right.
How can you look like that guy? How is it possible? It's impossible. Time management.
Right. So
it's not. Just absorb that. It's not possible for somebody that's working 4 hours. I mean, an hour and a half a week to catch somebody that works 4 hours a day. That's another reason why the guys that follow will always be the guys that follow. Because when they studying, I'm studying. The difference is when they go to sleep, I'm still studying. When they go have a date with their girlfriend and all that, I'm still studying. When they having sex, I'm still studying. When they getting drunk at the bar, I'm still studying. When they rolled up the L to go talk to the dumb niggas that's around their neighborhood so they could feel smart about the shit they researching by proving they know a little bit more than niggas that know nothing, I'm still studying. So they will never catch me. And that time management works the same for everybody. Now, the difference between physical prowess and mental prowess is that there's a certain limit to how hard you can push your physical body. I don't have those limits with my mind. And again, let's bring it back. There is nothing of value on this planet but mind. So even if you spend 20 years, 30 years building your body, at some point, your body will fail and you will turn around and have to start doing what? Building your mind. And you cannot build a strong mind if you don't know how your body works. I'll give you a prime example. One of my favorite idols, one of my favorite mentors that I never met. You know what I'm saying? But I studied his life. Steve Jobs. You know what I'm saying? Steve Jobs. On Steve Jobs' deathbed. Now we're talking about Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. I mean, it don't get no, I mean, it's the founder of Apple. Literally, his ideas were physical cash. Like the moment he thought of something, his account started to go up.
Right.
So on his deathbed, now mind you, this is one of my favorite people in the world. So everything that I do, it always has personal. So it's not just Black folks with diabetes, it's not just the people, but it's Steve Jobs, a stranger, but I still loved him because I loved everything about him. Pancreatic cancer. So it's not just cancer that took Steve Jobs, it's his pancreas. So of course, I'm on that pancreas. I'm on pancreas like a motherfucking cheap suit in the rain. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure this shit out. Like, yo, hold on. This shit clipping motherfuckers left and right. You know what I'm saying? So, and let me let y'all folks know at home. See, a lot of you goofy niggas think that type 1 and type 2 is really, really light years different, but it's not. Because everybody, and I can hear the gasp. Listen to this. I can hear the gasp in the audience. When I was on stage and I said this on stage, I could hear the gasp in the audience when people's like, type 2 diabetes becomes type 1 diabetes. So we know type 1 diabetes is the more rough one where you're insulin dependent from the jump. Right out the gate, your pancreas ain't making no insulin, you got to shoot. Or it's not making enough insulin, you got to shoot, period. Ain't none of that metformin dietary lifestyle bullshit sprinkling around to type 1 folks. Be like, no, I got to get that needle. Or I got to get the automatic needle. They got little motors that attach to needles. So every certain amount of time, it could just automatically shoot them with insulin. My supervisor, one of my favorite supervisors back when I used to work at Verizon, his name is Daniel. And Daniel's a white guy, of course. Daniel was like a super white guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned a lot. Me and Daniel both learned a lot. Like we had this unspoken thing where I was sharing black shit with him and he was sharing like white shit with me. You know what I'm saying? So we learned a lot about each other and, you know, I guess our people from each other. You know what I'm saying? But Daniel had the fucking, you know, he was type 1 forever. You know what I'm saying? He had that shit on him. You know what I'm saying? So I got to learn a lot from that situation. You know what I'm saying? But type 2 diabetics, you guys are slowly but surely becoming type 1. So that's what type 2 is. Type 2 is really the process of becoming a type 1 diabetic. Because eventually your pancreas is going to fail and you're going to become insulin dependent. And now you're type 1 diabetic. So everybody is playing games out there. You got to knock that shit off. There's no, you know, you're not in a position you think you're in. You know what I'm saying? You got to knock that shit off.
Once the pancreas fails, and you become type 1, is there a way to get up out of it with herbs, diet, and exercise?
Hell motherfucking yeah. I'm the only nigga, but I'm the only nigga with that right now. Yeah, baby. No, listen, I'm telling you, you don't know what it feels like. Listen, every naturopath and herbalist and holistic healer, they're going to revise their commentary. They're going to start saying now, they're going to start sticking their right now, when you ask a healer or somebody trying to be a healer, if they could deal with type 2 diabetes, let me tell you what happens inside their mind. This is what's happening inside their mind. Listen, inside their mind, them niggas is like, whoo. They like, man, I'm glad he asked me about type 2 diabetes. I thought he was going to ask me about autoimmune or cancer or this or that or some crazy shit. Right. Type 2 diabetes. Okay, come on. Exercise, diet, and you had too many calories you took in, and you didn't burn off enough calories, and you got overweight, fat in the meat, and the meat, and the fat, and the fat, and the meat, and the meat, and the meat, and the vegan, and the nah, nigga, vegans get cancer and diabetes and all that shit too. Stop running around presenting veganism as a solution. It's not. It's not. If you don't know what to eat as a vegan, you might as well be eating the chicken. Because the chicken and the pork, at least you will enjoy the fried chicken and the bacon as you're getting sick. You niggas that don't know what you're doing, but you just becoming vegan because you're scared, that kale is going to make you miserable as a motherfucker. And you're still going to get sick. Your penis still's not going to work. Your vagina still not going to produce babies. And you done denied yourself all the good shit you like. Nah.
Okay, now you just brought up kale. Look.
Let those niggas go back and die happy. You're going to die. You need to die happy. Fuck it.
Now, you just brought up kale. Now, for the last 4 days, I've been juicing my kale. Doing maybe like, maybe a cup a day, maybe a little bit more. So
1 second. Chase!
So yeah, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all go to Dr. Enqi Patreon and check out the documentary and all the other health information he has on there. So make sure y'all taking y'all notes and make sure y'all definitely supporting the information. So yeah, Dr. Enqi's. So we're gonna be doing this every Sunday, family, 12 p.m. So make sure y'all tune in with us. Tell all your people to tap in with Ears to the Street. Sunday School with Ministerenqi. All right, there we go. We got the kill on deck.
On deck. So I don't want you to, I don't want nobody to think I'm talking crazy. Like, nah, we kale it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we goes in, we kale it out. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We enjoy kale, so it's not like we're pulling our teeth, you know what I'm saying? But we have a well-rounded diet, you know what I'm saying? We have delicious vegan ratchetness that we indulge in.
All right.
And then we have the things that we need to eat for our health, you know what I'm saying? Like, the thing that I do with my people is I try to get people to understand you need to eat for your body, and you need to separate eating for your body from eating for your tongue. We eat for our tongue, we eat for our body. If you eat half or more of your food for your tongue, to please your tongue, to satisfy your tongue, you in a bad space.
Exactly.
You want to minimalize what you do for your tongue to 10 to 25% tops. The more exercise you do, the more room you have on that tongue side. So if you barely working out, you need to be down to like 5-10% of ratchetness. If you're working out, you're getting it in, we can get you up to about 20-30% on that ratchetness side, because there's a certain amount of that your body is going to buffer. You know what I'm saying? With the high speed metabolism. You know what I'm saying? But just because it's vegan does not mean it's nutritious. And we gotta deal with that. It's too much of this vegan, and then people still getting sick. That fucks up me and what I really do. People don't understand. They're like, Enqi, you always hating on niggas trying to fuck up niggas' bags. I'm like, hold on. No. What I'm actually trying to do is preserve the integrity of my bag. Preserve the integrity of the people who really do this. You know what I'm saying? The mama pills and all of them people that really do this. In Brooklyn, like the people that their life is dedicated to this, like if nobody purchases, if nobody views, they're gonna be doing this somewhere. Period. Whether I'm online or offline, nigga, this is what the fuck I do. So I gotta preserve the purity of this. So if goofball niggas are selling herbs, oh, wait a minute, that's not the real thing. That's not the real thing. That's not it. Don't do that. That's you. You got gold plated shit where your neck turned green. You ain't got nobody to blame but you. You can't blame the nigga who sold you the fake gold because you knew it was fake gold because you knew where you got it. You didn't get that shit from Zales. You didn't get that shit from the Arab niggas with 100 gold chains in the window. You didn't get that shit from the official niggas. You got your shit from a nigga with a trench coat on with the shit hanging on the inside. You got your shit from da. See, if you got your shit from an official spot, again, we could trace the lineage. Hold on. Wait a minute. You got this. So if you go to a real jewelry store and you buy some fake shit and you get it tested and you bring it back, you're like, yo, they're going to either refund you or switch you right out because they have a lineage. They're going to take that right from you and turn right around to the person that they got it from and go, my guy, you just sold me some. And that same process is going to go all the way up the chain till it gets to the top and they fix the issue. You're dealing with my man with the trench coat. He doesn't have a school that he graduated from. He doesn't have a teacher that taught him. He doesn't have a moral compass. He doesn't have a system of checks and balances. There's nobody that he's going to feel ashamed that he embarrassed after he put some shit out there that turns niggas' necks green. Or in this case, their metabolism or their colon or their bowels. How many of these niggas is out here selling detoxes with senna in it? Senna leaves. None of these motherfuckers is turning around to say, oh man, of the millions of people that bought ballerina tea, we want to apologize that we fucked up your colon, your bowels, diverticulitis, intestinal. We want to apologize to all these people that we fucked up. No, they're not doing that, nigga. That shit's still selling right now in the supermarket, right now. You can go get you some ballerina tea and load up. You want to have a bowel movement, even though it's going to make you 10 times as dehydrated. Like, people only gonna say, "Damn, Enqi, you hating on ballerina tea?" They're not gonna figure out, is senna actually healthy for people having bowel movement trouble, constipation? Forget about that. This nigga got gold teeth and blonde hair, so clearly this motherfucker doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's hating on that ballerina tea because every time I drink it, I has me a nice bowel movement afterwards. Correct. And a week after you stop drinking it, your shit locked the fuck up again. Locked up tighter than before you drank the tea, right? Exactly. Because that shit is goofy and it's dehydrating you. And it's making the tissues easy to tear and break. So now that your tissues are dehydrated, it's easy for you to start getting leaky gut, leaky bowel, because the tissues are much more brittle, frail. And you have more inflammation, so more white blood cells need to get in and get out, get in and get out. But because those tissues are not properly hydrated, those holes that the white blood cells make with histamine, they're not closing back up. They're not really closing back up. It's just fluid flushing through there, and now you're getting more inflammation. Anyway.
Most definitely. So now let me ask you this question to get back to the kale thing. And this is just for knowledge for me, and then whoever's watching or whoever will see this. Now, I bought a juicer, so I'm juicing kale. When I consume this kale, what nutrition, vitamin K, what am I getting from the kale itself?
Okay, you're getting a bunch of nutrition. That's key. But what you really, because that you don't need me for that. That's easy. You could just look up nutritional profile of kale. That'll give you. But what you need to know probably is what you're losing. Right. Okay. So when you're doing the juice, you're losing a lot of the pigment and the fiber.
Okay.
So juicing even can be dangerous if people don't really know why they're juicing. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is to start to couple everything to your lifestyle. That's the key. So it's less about, it's more about, okay, why you had a kale juice. Like when you wake up, all right, we start off the day, we at 0. We just getting out of bed. We ain't eating nothing, we ain't did nothing, we still in the bed, we just up. Now, some people get right out of bed, they go to the bathroom, you do your day, hopefully, then they go eat. They just trained, like, I'm just going to go eat, and I'm going to go eat either what I like, what tastes good, or what I've been eating. And usually what you've been eating is what you've seen your parents eating. So if they had eggs, bacon, and whatever for breakfast, chances are that's what you eat for breakfast. And you're eating it for breakfast just because it's breakfast time. You just woke up. It's the morning time. So we're supposed to have breakfast. And we're supposed to have breakfast food. So when we can't have eggs and meat, we'll have breakfast substitute, which is Pop-Tart, this, that, and the other, some sugary thing that we can heat up. That's how I don't know how it goes. Like, this is crazy because eggs and meat get somehow replaced by hot sugar. Figure it out. But that's whether it's a blueberry muffin, a Pop-Tart, an egg, hot sugar somehow replaces protein. Anyway, then there's lunch, then there's dinner. Most people don't do anything. They kind of just drift through and do those things because they subscribe to them. That's not how I teach, like, my students, my babies, none of that. Everything is earned, everything in life. So if you wake up and you lay in the bed and you don't do anything, you don't need to eat anything. What did you do? You did nothing. Well, then you should eat nothing. If you're doing nothing, you should be eating nothing. Except for water. Water is the only thing that you can have at any time of the day, no matter what time it is, and you can have as much of it as you want. And it'll fill up your stomach with no calories. Water is magic. So that's the only thing. Outside of water, you should have nothing but air. You didn't do anything. Now, once you start to do things, each thing that you do has an energy cost, and then it has a structural cost. You need to eat to replenish that energy, and then to replenish the damage you put on your structure. So now you got 3 categories of eating, just in case people you need to watch. When you watch Dr. Enqi, you need to watch Dr. Enqi. You can have your blood, your drink, whatever, or your juice, your smooth. You can have those things, but you need to make sure you have a pen and a paper so you can put this shit together. So you got 3 categories of eating. One thing you want to eat, satisfy your tongue. Then you got the eating for the body. We just broke the body into 2 categories now: energy and structure. So you want to eat for energy and you want to eat to repair structure. This is where the acid and alkaline conversation goes right out the window for niggas that can't really read. Most motherfuckers that's watching and talking this shit is illiterate niggas. Most of the people infatuated with intelligence are illiterate. That's the reason why they're so infatuated with people who can use long words or big words, because they cannot. But people who are literate are not impressed by people that prove they can read. That's like the bare minimum to be a fucking adult. Anyway. Yeah. So you eat for your body for 2 different things: energy and structure. Now, when it gets to the structure, it gets a little bit complicated because you're trying to explain complex subjects in a simple format to people with a simple mind, meaning their mind has not been built up enough to even handle complex subjects. People don't even like me talking like this because it insults them, because I'm talking to 90% of the motherfuckers watching. Like right now, if you got 10 niggas watching, 8 of them are reading on a 5th grade level. This is just facts, unfortunately. And so if we're having a collegiate level conversation, what are the people with a 5th grade reading level going to do? Yeah,
study.
They're gonna be the nigga in class throwing the fucking airplane because this shit's going over their head. So they have no choice but to pull the girl's hair in front of them or elbow a nigga or throw a paper out the window. That's why I get the most haters. Because most of the people that are like most of the people that you see me go back and forth with online are people that can't read. They're illiterate. So they're not even able to understand when they're not correct or not. And their audience is built up. When you have an audience, your audience is usually people that vibe with you. So I'm going to have a much more literate audience than other folks. So in their platforms, chances are illiterate niggas have illiterate followers. So that's why it be, you know, like people like, yo, you going into this channel and you going on that channel and you going on that channel and that channel. Yeah, because I'm a healer. I don't give a fuck about public opinion. Just because I have beef with somebody on their platform, that doesn't mean that I don't need to heal the people that's watching their platform. And it becomes a personal thing. If, like, for instance, I was talking to Sonetta the other day on the phone about coming over to this platform. You know what I'm saying? Because we just did something historical. And when I was talking to my people, it was like, what? Nigga, you going on Sonetta? What? Nigga, you going on Sonetta? You should see the responses. Like, niggas, like the Holy Ghost. Niggas having the Holy. You gonna go where? What? I'm like, yeah. There's thousands of people that watch his channel. Why would this be more about me and him than the hundreds of people or the thousands of people that need this information? Wouldn't I be a scumbag? Like, think about this. If I alone know how to use plants to regrow a fucking pancreas, and Black people are being killed by the dozen, by the second from diabetes. Every 7 seconds, somebody's dying from diabetes. And we know most of them, 90% of the motherfuckers is. So if I know how to regrow a fucking pancreas with plants, but I let a personal beef or a personal moral issue that I have with how you personally as another man behave, and I let my dislike for you personally or your dislike for me personally stop me from sharing something that God gave me to share with the people, wouldn't I be more of a scumbag in that space? Like, who the fuck gives a fuck about your personal dislike of a motherfucker if you got some shit that's going to save lives?
True. Very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, nah, man, people are caught up in they don't understand when I tell motherfuckers that I already died in my 20s. That's not a story I made up. God wouldn't have gave me a second fucking chance if it was about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about me. It's what I could do for him. You know what I'm saying? And the people. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my second chance is. So I never let that, like, no matter what, I always keep that in the, like, I enjoy life. And, you know, I kind of got a direct connect with the plug. You know what I'm saying? They're like, all right, as long as you do this, I got you covered. All right, cool. I might push you to the limit. We're going to see how this shit work out. I'll be out here sharing and teaching. And I can't let any person get in between me and the people that I need to help. You know what I'm saying? And that's Black people, brown people, yellow people, red people, and white people. Until I get an update from God where God say, listen, we only want you to work on purple niggas or orange niggas. I got to work on every motherfucking body. Period. That's what a healer does. A healer doesn't make those decisions and say, oh, I ain't going to fuck with this person and that person. You know what I'm saying? Even my stalker. that's what my stalker has over me. You know what I'm saying? Is she's a diabetic. You know what I'm saying? And I separate people's sickness from their person. So I can deal with someone that violates me personally if I'm healing you, because that's what I'm here for. I was already dead and brung back. It's nothing you could say or do that's going to make that happen again. So I just got to focus on what I'm here to do. Oh, fuck me. I got to go. Yeah, okay, yeah, he can scan move. Got you. Can I get you on these herbs, though? Yeah, you're scanning, motherfucker. I got you. I'm all that. Beef, go hair, all that shit. I got you. Comma, however, can I get your pancreas growing again? Can I help you with the mental health issues? I got you. And your kids, I got you all that. Can I get you onto this 40-day program, though? While I'm a dirty motherfucker and all that, that's all cool. But can I get you to listen to what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. The beauty about teaching truth, especially as it applies to your body, is a person doesn't have to listen today, but they will listen to you. It's just a matter of, will it be too late for them personally?
Right. Exactly.
At some point, they're going to run up against a brick wall. And when they run up to that brick wall, bang, like you said, what about the people that can't get any answers? When you run into that brick wall, bang, you're going to be flexible to the motherfucker when you turn around, because you're going to realize the information you're looking for, it only has a few sources. If you cut off all them sources, well, you're going to be cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Exactly. And with that being said, I want to conclude Sunday School with Dr. Enqi. I appreciate you.
Wait a minute, hold on. I got to give you some props.
Go ahead.
Did y'all really check him out? He been trying for the last 25 minutes to rap, and I just been. You see how I just. Gotta go that way. Not to show up. But
no, let me try
to keep it smooth too, so y'all wouldn't even notice that he was wrangling me in.
No, but you know what I'm saying. You know, I like to keep it, within the time limit. That way, you know what I'm saying. The people,
No, you the man, because you be chopping it, screwing it, throwing that shit on. Yeah. So I like to make sure you. But that's why. Listen. Next week, that's why we gotta have a share screen, because I like to hit you.
You're gonna be good next week. I'm gonna make sure my location is where I have access to all the tools to do what we need to do with the sharing and everything right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on, Dr. Enqi.
Thank you for having me.
Cool. We doing this every Sunday at 12 p.m. time. So make sure y'all got y'all notebooks. Make sure y'all got y'all pens and y'all pencils. And make sure y'all have an attentive ear. Cool. Because he's gonna be dropping those facts, he's gonna be dropping the information. Yeah. So, to all my viewers out there, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all go to his Patreon and support him. You know what I'm saying? I think you just gotta get in tune with him and you do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying, to get the
only place I'm gonna be dropping those heat.
Yeah, because we all got cousins, brothers, mothers, grandmothers, great, whatever. We all got family members who have diabetes and have a whole bunch of other ailments. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to it and let's quit dying prematurely. And you know what I'm saying? Straight like that. So signing off with Minister Dr. Enqi. I'm your host, HG, Ears to the Street. Until next Sunday, 12 p.m. Let's make America great again. Salute. We out.
That's what the American healer job is. The American healer job is to make America great again.
American healer, there we go. Hey, stay in the thing. I want to ask you something before we do. All right, we out. Peace.